Welcome again. It is your man, Brother Minister at Ghetto Prepper, where I give you black folks scenarios whereby we need to address for catastrophic events like grids down, nuclear war, floods, whatever that emergency is, where we start to get ourselves together. In this channel, anybody can watch it, but I'm specifically speaking to black folks. So I'm saying this, black folks, this channel is brand new, just began it November 28, 2022. It's separate from my other channels. Some of y'all see my face, y'all know who I am. So, and it's separate and apart from those channels. So this channel is brand new, but I am dedicating myself to getting you black folks together. Because I watched other white prepping channels. I've been watching them and this, that, and other, and I was a Marine Corps, so I know, a little bit about this stuff. So, but they don't address needs that are peculiar to us. Watch the earlier videos about what happened in Hurricane Katrina when black people tried to get out and they went to white suburbs. When even in one incident, cops were killing unarmed black people that were trying to flee the flood areas during Katrina. You black folks, you cannot, as white prepping channels say, you can't just put a backpack on and get up out of there and be safe. You're going to be victimized, and especially black women. And what we learned in the death of that young black man in Kentucky, where the father, son, and then this doctor, whoever he was, they chased this black man down and murdered him for nothing. Imagine, they weren't even desperate. They just didn't want that black dude and their brother in the neighborhood. Imagine how bad it's going to be when the grid is down. And for these purposes, we'll say electric grid. Imagine how bad it's going to be when they're desperate. Not only are they racist towards you, now they're racist and desperate. You're going to have nowhere to go. White preppers can walk out of there and go get with their good old boy buddies. Now, there'll be some suspicion there too, right? But not as much. And black women specifically, you have to realize something. And sisters, I've been married to a chocolate sister for more than 2 decades, and I love y'all. Yeah, I love my sister. But there's no human being that is more victimized in this country than you. And I'm saying this, that you need to watch an earlier video, and I'm going to be specific to you in the next couple of videos coming up. But you have to get ready. Single mothers, black mothers, you have to get food stores for you. You have to be ready to arm yourself, and you need to be ready to barricade yourself in and protect yourself. If you're a single mother, because you will be victimized. You're victimized by black men. You've been victimized if you're a single mother by black men already. 78% of our homes don't have fathers in them, so you've already been victimized by some black man. Imagine a grid down situation where we already kill black folks, and I'm gonna put FBI statistics up in front of y'all just so y'all say he being negative. No, we kill each other. So black women, imagine how terrible it's going to be for you. So I'm saying to you, when you go to the grocery store, even with your food stamp card, now I'm not saying all black women are on food stamps. That's not what I'm saying, but I know a lot are. I grew up on that kind of thing. Y'all remember the brown $1 food stamps? The 5-pound blocks of government cheese. Y'all remember that, right? I grew up poor, foster care, man. Come on. That's that. My mother was a sharecropper out of Mississippi. So, I'm not trying to talk, but I'm saying, if you got those stamp cards or whatever extra credit cards, stamp cards, whatever, sisters, when you go to the store, a single mother specifically, it is time, if you buy 4 cans of green beans, buy 6 if you can, and put those away. If you have young children and you buy one thing of diapers, buy 2 and put the other one away. All I'm saying is water, everything that you will need, your feminine supplies, everything that you will need, buy 1 extra when you go, or 2 extra when you go to the grocery store. Set up a room in your apartment or house or wherever it is, so you can start putting stuff away little by little, because white folks done gone crazy. They're threatening nuclear war. And who are you going to be able to depend on? Specifically, you black women, who are you going to be able to depend on? You're going to have to depend on who you've always depended on, and that's the Lord first and yourself second. So what I'm telling you is you need to first get that legally and responsibly. You need to get so you can protect you and you can protect your kids from these marauders that are going to be out victimizing people when the grid goes down. And we learned that will happen to you black women. We learned that in Hurricane Katrina when white folks herded all of us into Louisiana Superdome. Who was the largest victim in that Superdome? It was you, black women. You need to be able to protect yourself because FEMA's not coming. When the electricity goes out, or God forbid, it's a nuclear war, which could happen, FEMA is not coming. And even when they came, they're inept and they're incompetent. You need to start storing now. Now that we've moved past that, let's talk a little bit about barricading yourselves in. And I'm specifically talking to you black women. So what's going to happen is black folks are victimizing other black folks in black communities right now. That's what's going on. Black on black crime with black males, black men victimizing black women. We are victimizing each other already. You go to, and you go to a lot of these churches, and I'm a pastor. I'm a church pastor. I'm a black church pastor and a missionary Baptist church. So I know what I'm talking about. You go to you go to a lot of these so-called houses of worship, and you're being victimized by these crooked preachers that are taking your money, using your body, bringing dissension between you and your husband or you and whoever that is. So you go there, you're victimized too, right? Our daughters can't even go in a lot of these black churches because they're going to be victimized and raped and all this other stuff. So what I'm saying, black women, once you start picking out food supplies, and as these videos go on, I'm going to teach you practical tips, and I'm going to show you some of the stuff that we stored up based on the income being lower for us black people, because we can't just go out and buy $500, $2,000 worth of freeze-dried food that's going to last 25 years and do that 4 or 5 times, spend 10 grand on freeze-dried food. We can't do that. We don't have the economics necessarily to do that. But the other part of that is, sisters, once this thing goes down and the grid goes down, here are 3 steps that I want you to take. Well, I'm already going to assume that you've already put up some food stores and some water stores and some baby formula, whatever it is that you need in a room in your house. The first thing you need to do is barricade your door. You're going to put the locks on it, but I want you to put a chair up under the knob on the door. I want to make sure the windows are secure. And what you can do is you can cut off a little pole and wedge those windows down. And I want you to close the curtains. That's what you need to do. You need to barricade yourself in. And I don't care who you think you know, when that grid goes down after 2 or 3 days, you need to barricade. The first thing you do is need to barricade yourself in. And you won't be able to call anybody because the grid's down. And you can say, hey, who is it? You say, hey, who is it? I'm in here, but by that time you'll be armed. But you need to barricade yourself in, and I'll open the door. The second thing you need to do is you need to understand that it's time for you to start taking care of your own family. Take care of those people in your house. I don't care how in love you think you are with this dude. And if it's not your husband, I don't care how in love you think you are with him. Now, if y'all in there together, y'all need to be married. But nevertheless, if you're not, y'all start collaborating. But what you need to do is only deal with people that you think you can trust. I personally, in that situation, I am not going to deal with anybody, because when people find out you have food stores, they're going to come knocking after 3 or 4 days because they're going to be desperate. The third thing you need to do is keep your mouth shut. Don't tell anybody what you're storing in that back room or in that hidden place or in that closet or wherever it is. Get 4 or 5 weeks of food, whatever that is, but keep your mouth shut. So again, barricade yourself in under the door, close the windows, make sure the windows are secure. Two, you don't need to tell anybody what you're doing. 3 is you just need, obviously, to get yourself armed, and you need to start waiting it out and be vigilant. If I were you, I would sleep in short spurts and get yourself ready. I'll be right back.